All right, thank you. Let's get started. Welcome to Fitness, Nutrition, and Mindset. I'm Abby, and I generally help busy professionals in losing fat and building muscles, right? And within 6 months. Guys, I think before starting today's topic, right, it's very important to recognize the importance of accountability and help that everybody needs. Okay, so I was talking to someone who came to me 2.5 years back regarding help he needed for his fitness goals. Okay, so he was working on his fitness goals for the last 8 to 10 years, but he was just going to gym, coming back, eating anything, reading on the Google, and then just doing whatever he can, right? Because he didn't have the fitness knowledge and everything, right? And then 2.5 years back, he came and he said he wanted to do on his own. Okay, I thought, okay, that's fine. And I took a lot of people in my course 2.5 years back as well. Today, after 2.5 years, he's at the same place because he decided not to take my help or any other help, right? So there are only two ways of achieving success in fitness. Okay, either do it yourself by going to fitness conferences, spending thousands and thousands of dollars in learning and then applying those principles. You need at least 8 to 10 years in doing that. The second process is you can take my help or someone else's help who has already spent a lot of money and in conferences and learning, right? So that you can learn from his experience and lose your fat and build muscles in 3 to 6 months, right? Learn his systems and processes. Invest in yourself. That's why people are lagging behind, right? Because they just don't want to take help. And I just can't just imagine that, because I have spent around $50,000 to $60,000 just on learning how fitness works. Okay, so I want to help people, but they just don't want to help themselves. So sometimes it annoys, because maybe they are trying for the last 8-10 years, they have not achieved anything. Then how can they do it in the next 2 months? I just don't understand, right? So it's very frustrating sometimes. Even if you want to help someone, they just want to do what they want to do, and I just have no way out of it. So guys, either take my help or someone else's help, right? But you won't be able to understand the systems and processes involved in fitness, in achieving 15% body fat and low and sustaining it throughout your overall life without knowing, understanding fitness principle and science involved behind it. Okay, just want to say, because I think a lot of people are so behind, and the people in my course have made so good progress. They have come to my course, lost weight, gained muscles, and left my course by learning the systems and processes. So that's what I would advise, guys. Invest in your bodies, invest in your systems, or maybe learn them in the next 8 to 10 years. So sometimes it's frustrating, but I think it's important to communicate that you have to take that first step. So that being said, let's start with our today's topic, which is 9 ways to pick best foods for fitness and health. And whoever has taken these steps have been successful in sustaining low body fat percentage and building muscles throughout their life, right? In 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. So the first thing is you have to realize that I have come across a lot of people. Certainly, I don't believe in keto, paleo, as you know, right? I don't believe in those kind of diets because they are not sustainable for the very long term. You can do it for a couple of months and then you will realize that, yeah, it's not sustainable. I can't just do it, right? So most of the people, 95% people fall in that bucket. But it might happen that I have seen 1% out of maybe 100% people that I've worked with, that they come and say that they have been doing keto and they are able to maintain good muscle mass and lose weight for like last 5 years. So I tell them that keep continuing them, right? I generally don't advise that, but the diet that is working for you for like 2 to 5 years and you are losing fat and building good muscles is the best diet for you. Okay, so it might be keto, paleo, but it's very rare. But if it's working for you, just keep on continuing that. Okay, the second thing is what you are what you digest. Okay, hear it again. You are what you digest. Okay, don't believe that you are what you eat. Okay, sometimes, yeah, one level above is you are what you digest. Okay, so even if you eat a lot of protein, fat, or whatever, right, you are eating, if you're not able to digest that, if it's not able to translate to your muscles and give you a better energy, that food is of no use, right? So so are you able to digest more protein, more whey protein and other kind of protein? Is it working for you, right? It can be, are you building a lot of gas in your stomach, and are your bowel movements good or not, right? You can take a look at them, and that will give you a better idea how is it working, right? So a lot of people have issues with dairy, a lot of people don't have issues with dairy, right? So if you see that throughout the day maybe you are passing a lot of gas and you are having stomach issues, you're trying to eat, so just remember, right, even though you're eating a lot of protein, you're not able to digest it and it's not working for you, right? So observe changes in your digestion as you change your diet, right? So because a lot of people, not a lot of people, but I think 4 to 5 people in the last 3 months I have seen that they suddenly start eating protein like 250 300 grams, and then their stomach is bad and all those things, right? They are facing diarrhea and all those things, so they are not digesting it, right? There is no use of doing that. So if you are increasing your protein, increase it slowly and slowly, right? If you are currently eating 100 grams, increase it to 140 grams for a week and see how that happens, and then maybe 170 grams and then see what happens, right? Gradual increase in protein and gradual increase in your fats will give you an idea how your digestion behaves, right? So you are what you digest. That's my second principle, right? So pay very close attention. If you are anyone, right, if you're very lean, very skinny, if you're not digesting it properly, it's not going to work for your metabolism, right? It's not going to slow down your metabolism so that you can put in some muscles and everything, right? So pay attention to that. Another thing is, the best way to eat, at least when the holidays are also coming up, right, eat a lot of vegetables and fruits, right? So what I say is, your stomach doesn't know what you're eating. Okay, so if you eat chocolate which has a lot of calories, it's just small chocolate contains maybe around 100 calories or something, right? And you are not getting full. But so many vegetables you can take, right, salads and everything, they just contain 15 30 40 calories and it can fill you up, right? So promote or work on volume eating. Eat more fruits and vegetables. That's the only way to pick your best foods. If you are going out, eat your protein and vegetables and fruits first, then eat anything else, right? Now it's whether you're skinny or whether you have a lot of fat and all those things, right? Doesn't matter which end you are in, you have to eat quality foods, and quality foods means vegetables, fruits and more protein. Okay, and then you can take in some other things, right? So my rule is, you should be like 80 to 90% quality foods every day, and maybe 10 to 15%, and you can have something like ice creams, chocolates, but not more than that, right? Because it promote bad habits and bad behaviors. Okay, so always concentrate on eating more vegetables, more fruits, more protein, whether you are at home or whether you are outside. Okay, another way is, there is a thing that I have seen in with me and a lot of people, right? Emotional connection, right, to food, right? So when you are growing up, there is something that you used to eat a lot, and that might be good food or that might be bad food, right? And you have a some kind of bias towards that food, right? For example, if I was eating dessert after dinner when I was small, and that's in my habit, right? That's like brushing my teeth every day, like for the last 35 years or 40 years or 45 years, I'm eating a dessert which is like 800 calories every night. Okay, so that's a bad behavior, but that's driven by emotions, right? So you have to be aware that these emotional connections, right, to choose your best food. So this dessert, right, this is a connection with you from your childhood, so you just can't let it go. So what you can do is, you can reduce this to half for a month and two, and see how your body behaves, how your emotions are working, and then maybe after some time you can just completely eliminate it and try to have a piece of fruit, so that it gives that sweetness flavor in your mouth for some time, right? So you have replaced your dessert with a piece of fruit. But these are the emotional connections where people get stuck because they are not aware that what they are eating from their childhood might not be beneficial for them, right? And they need to change their habits and behaviors. So be aware of your emotional connections to certain foods, and try to change it if they're not useful, and maybe try to continue if they are good for you, right? So for example, if when I'm sleeping, for the last maybe 25 years or so, I've been taking whey protein and I really like it, right? And I have been continuing it, right? When I was like when I was small, I did not have much idea what is it doing, but it's my habit, okay? And it's serving me right now because it adds up 25 to 30 grams of more protein every day, right? So which is fine for me, it works for me, and it's not a bad habit. But I have a emotional connection with maybe whey protein, right? Because I'm digesting it well, I'm building more muscles because of that, I'm adding 25-30 grams more protein. So be aware of your emotional connections, okay? Another thing is that energy, okay? So while selecting your best foods, you have to trial and error how your energy is in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night, right? So for example, for me, in the morning when I eat only proteins and fats, I have good energy in my workouts. And during the afternoon time, after my workouts and done, I take some carbs. And at night, I do carb loading. I eat a lot of carbs at night so that it shuts down your cortisol level and you get very good sleep. At least for me, and with a lot of my clients as well, right? They do carb loading at night, eat a lot of carbs at night, and that shuts off their cortisol level, and they get pretty good sleep, right? So but it's not true for everyone. You might be a candidate where you have to eat a lot of carbs in the morning with proteins or with fats, whatever, right? And then only your workouts are good. Right? So you have to trial and error with these things. Like try changing your keep protein same in the morning in breakfast, and maybe test changing your fats or carbs only, or mixture of fats and carbs. Increase carbs a little bit, decrease carbs a little bit in the breakfast, and see how your workouts are. Okay, also see how is your energy during the afternoon. Are you like feeling very sleepy or something because of eating a lot of carbs in the morning or not, right? So based on that, change your carbs and fats, how much you have to eat in the morning, in the afternoon versus at night. Okay, but I can ensure one thing, that eating good quality carbs at night, right, just maybe 2.5 to 3 hours before sleep will give you better sleep every time, right? So and in the morning sometimes I realize that I do well with protein and fats, and that's with lot, because sometimes when I eat a lot of carbs in the morning, what happens is my glucose shoots up. Okay, so and then I need to eat more because I'm feeling more hungry. We don't want to do it in the morning, right? So if you're facing that issue, that when you're eating maybe whatever cereals or oats in the morning, and then you realize that within 30 minutes you feel hungry, that means I think your glucose is going up and down because of the carbs eating, right? So be aware of that. Right? You can try, what you can also try is maybe eating a lot of vegetables with eggs and some other protein sources and nuts and everything in the morning. That might keep your energy high throughout the day, right? I have seen that the vegetables does not fluctuate your glucose level like other carbs, right? Even oats, quinoa, they fluctuate sometimes a lot. So try changing your carbs and fats throughout the day. Observe your energy. That will really help in your sleep and your workouts. Okay. Another thing is your athletic performance. As I already said, right, it's how to choose your foods also affect your performance in the gym. Okay, so how much carbs do you need before workout? Do you know that? Right, you have to know that. And how would you know that is because I observed that I need maybe around 70 to 90 grams of carbs before my workouts, maybe 2 hours before my workouts. I have to take them so that my workouts are best. And if I take anything more than 90 grams of carbs before my workouts, it's not helping me. Okay, so that's what I have realized after years of doing analysis with my carbs and fats. So that's what I emphasize on, that you also do that, right? observe how many grams of carbs you need to eat before your workouts so that your workouts are better. Okay, so some people actually don't need any carbs before workouts and their workouts are good. Some people need them, so it's all body dependent, right? So you need to test those things with your body. For a month you can do maybe 50 grams of carbs before your workouts, 2 hours before your workouts, and see how's your performance sets and everything. Try to keep it for maybe at least 2 to 3 weeks, right? Then maybe bump your carbs by 20 grams before workout and see how your performance is. I have seen huge improvement in performance just by changing your carbs before the workout, 2 hours before your workout, right? Not immediately. Okay, so try doing that. And as I said, right, also try modifying your carbs before sleeping, 2 hours before sleeping in your dinner. Maybe try increasing it a little bit and see how your sleep is, right? Because that's required to shut off your cortisol levels at night, because we need to do that. And in the morning we have to have a cortisol level at the highest level, right? Because we are waking up. That's where I say you can maintain your carbs level at the minimum in your breakfast. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing is sleep, right? As I said already, I think I've given those points that changing your carbs, fats, and even protein to a certain level 2 hours before in your dinner can drastically improve or maybe disturb your sleep. Okay, so what I've seen is like certain amount of fats when I eat 2 hours before sleeping, they don't give me good sleep, because I wake up a little bit, maybe a couple of times at night, because I think my digestion is still working hard to digest those fats. Okay, so pay close attention to what fats are you eating. Are you eating a lot of fats before sleeping? Because they slow down your digestion. Okay, so while picking any food in the dinner, be very aware of the kind of fats that you are putting in, right? A lot of people add a lot of saturated fats, and they are the worst before eat before sleeping, because the digestion is working in a hard way. Then how can you get a good REM sleep, right? It's really difficult. So that's what I'll say. It's required so that you pay attention to your sleep and your fat loading at night. Okay, another thing to choose your best foods, right, is satiety level, how satisfied you are after eating those foods. So what we have seen is, and there's a lot of research also done for that protein provides you with the best satiety level, right? It'll satisfy your hunger better than carbs, better than fats as well, right? So that's why I always support that wherever you are going, in your meal, lunch, breakfast, or dinner, have protein first, then your vegetables, then your whatever fats, and then your carbs, right? So what that will do is, once you have eaten a lot of protein, you're already satisfied, and then you eat your vegetables, you are 90 to 95% full. Okay, then you don't have resources, or you don't have hunger to eat more of junk carbs, right? You can eat certainly, but you won't have much space either there, right? So eat protein for the satiety level first in your meal. Okay, otherwise it's going to be really difficult to maintain a low body fat percentage. This is the pillar of my routines as well, of my Built with Science, that we have to eat protein as a first part of the meal. Okay, so that's one thing. Another thing is your adherence level, right? How easy for you is to follow whatever diet you are following, right? And there is no name to the diet. So for example, right, in my system I have 3 levels of diets: level 1, level 2, level 3. Level 1 is the easiest, where you don't need to cook. I have food sources that you can just open your refrigerator and eat, right? There are several things, several dairy varieties, vegetable varieties that you don't need to cook in your busy life. Okay, level 2 is where you just need 5 minutes of cooking those foods, and you'll get a lot of protein out of it. Okay, level 3 is where you love cooking, you have a lot of time, and you want to cook every time. Okay, so that's for another level, right? So I have all those recipes. I have all those levels of foods which you can utilize, and my clients are utilizing it, right, according to how busy in their life they are. So they adhere to level 1 foods from Monday to Friday, where they're not cooking, still eating 200 grams of protein or more, and building muscles. Saturday, Sunday, they take level 2 and level 3, where some sort of cooking is required and they enjoy that cooking, and they are maintaining their protein levels as well, right? So the diet should be what you can adhere to, right? It's the adherence that, okay, you can follow, it's sustainable, and you don't have any issue, right? It should not be very complex. So I try to make all the diets and everything very easy in my program as well. So that being said, so that's okay, so that's one thing. And another thing is, for your best diet, right, how to choose the best foods, right? So another tip that I'll give you guys is, whenever you are going to a restaurant, right, just be aware, eat more vegetables, have dressings on the side, okay? Ask whoever is serving you, right, ask them to serve dressings on the side and just not on the salads or something, right? So that's just one of the best things you can do, because you will get salads everywhere. There's no shortage of it, okay? So that's one another tip for you. And since the holidays are coming in, I think it's very important to select your foods very, very carefully, okay? Because the world is designed to fail you, at least from your fitness perspective, right? I don't know about others, but so don't pay attention on what you see all around you. Focus on protein, focus on vegetables, focus on fruits, and just be focused. Just don't look anywhere else. Just don't get distracted about what's happening by Halloween, by Christmas, and all those things. And things will happen, right? You might eat a pizza here and there and all those things, which is fair, right? Holidays just for maybe 4 or 5 days. It's holiday the entire year, so which is fine, right? Sometimes I eat pizza and all those things, which there's no issue in that, right? Unless you are aware, right? Yeah, this is the holiday season and I might eat a pizza here and there, which is fine, right? But it's just about awareness, and you are not making it a daily habit to eat junk food every day, even after holidays in January, February. You're just continuing it. So as far as you're aware and you know your habits and behaviors, you should be good to go, okay? So I think, guys, follow all these different ways to choose the best foods, and it'll definitely support your fitness goals. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section, right? And I have already started working with 7 new people in the program who are ready to achieve their fitness goals. So if you have any questions, if you want to my help in working towards your fitness goals, the link is in the comment section. Let me know, and I'll try to help you. So let me know if you have any questions, else I think I'll come back with another topic next time. All right, thank you guys for joining. We'll see you